Pokemon Legends ZA officially comes out tomorrow, and I'm telling you guys right now, this release is going to massively change the Pokemon card market for the rest of this year and into 2026. Every time there is a major title release involving Pokemon, new people and collectors start going crazy, and this is only going to get bigger as the market has never been hotter. In this video, I'm going to break down 5 bold predictions from Legends ZA that could potentially change the market in 2026 forever, including one that involves a fan favorite Pokemon that really has a chance to steal the spotlight in 2026. Well, what's going on, guys? My name is Steve. This is Steel City Stacks. If you are new here, welcome in. If you're coming back, welcome back. I have a quick announcement that I want to give to you guys because this finally came in. I'm giving away this box here of Inferno X at the end of the month. Contest details are on my page. If you guys are interested, be sure to check that out. It's pretty much free to enter. Hopefully you guys win. But let's get straight into this because this whole topic could potentially change the Pokemon TCG community forever. We're going to dive straight into this one, and we're going to start off with the coldest takes and gradually work our way upwards into the really hot and spicy ones. So the first one that I have is kind of an obvious one, and to be honest with you guys, I've stayed spoiler free for the most part, aside from some of the stuff that was kind of unavoidable. So let's just preface it here with that. But number one, we are going to see new megas be drip fed from, I'd say, maybe like January onwards. When the DLC comes out for Legends ZA, we are going to see new mega evolutions come out of Pokemon that don't have anything. Now, or no previous mega evolution. I did see one, and I'm not going to mention it in this video. It's actually something that it just got released, so there's your hint. And I think it's going to be really interesting, and I'll tell you guys why this relates to the Pokemon card market. Mega Evolution is by far and away the most popular mechanic that Pokemon's ever come out with. People love the gimmick. They love everything about it. They love the stat increases. They love the artwork. There's really nothing that they don't like about it. And if they're adding more Pokemon that can Mega Evolve, that's just going to mean there's a wider reach that people are going to have their favorite Pokemon potentially Mega Evolve. Now, there are a couple, like I said, that I saw. They're not the most popular Pokemon. There's a possibility that more people can get involved in it. Like I said, this isn't the spiciest take of all time, but I think we're just going to see more and more drip fed. And I think there's going to be more than what was leaked. I think they're really kind of keeping a trap shut on this one. I don't think they're going to be able to data mine it because I don't even think it exists in the game files yet. So I'm interested to see how that goes. And it's just going to progressively, increase the intrigue of what could be next year, especially given the 30th year anniversary. So the second one is going to be a little bit similar but different at the same time. And it's going to be more of like a fatigue of some of the megas that we currently have. Now, we've all seen the leaks of what is supposedly coming. There was a Reddit post that was viral. It's been a thing on many different things and YouTube channels for quite a while. I think we might see a little fatigue on some of that stuff, and it's going to push prices down on some of the older stuff. So if you guys have been holding on to some of like the older mega cards or some of the ones that really weren't popular, like personally, I don't like Mega Glalie at all. I think it's really kind of stupid. No offense to it. If that's your favorite, I'm so sorry. But it's not my favorite. That's more or less what I'm talking about. The ones that really aren't as well known, I think are going to stagnate and they're not going to hold as much value. And I could be wrong with saying like Glalie, but I think more so what I'm getting at is there's this, idea that all of these megas are coming and, we might get Mega Flygon potentially. I have no idea. That's a really big fan favorite, but conversely, there's a lot of stuff that's not popular, like Mega Audino, Mega Glalie, Mega Gallade, not the most popular one. I personally love it. I think it's great. But there are some that could really stagnate here and lose a lot of value. I think that's probably going to get something that's a little bit swept under the rug because there's all this new exciting, fanciness with like Mega Dragonite and Mega Malamar and all this, other stuff, and the Greninja, Chestnut, Delphox, all of those. So we'll see, but there could be a lot of fatigue here. You guys just need to be careful with that. I personally think that's not as hot. That's probably something that's going to happen, but I wanted to mention this in this top 5 as well. So now we get into the good stuff. I mentioned this one. This one's number 3. I'd mentioned this in the kind of like intro little hook part of this, but every time there's a major Pokemon title release, we always get some interesting feedback. So I'm going to relate some of the stuff that I looked up for you guys, just for the sake of this video. So when Legends Arceus, which it's Arceus, it's not Arceus, it's Arceus, that when they came out, 6.5 6.5 million global in 1 week was sold. It was the fastest on the Switch ever. This was in early 2022. When Scarlet Violet came out later that year in 2022, over 10 million copies were sold worldwide in the first 3 days. That's crazy for a game that was just like insanely laggy and had so many issues. Crazy. By March of 2025, for Scarlet and Violet, 27 million copies were sold. And again, think of all of the stuff that's happened since 2022. We've seen, kind of, little flat, down, whatever. And then, into 2024, things started going up, and now we're here. It's like the biggest it's ever been. But the other major title that we need to talk about was TCG Pocket. There were 1.2 million downloads in the first 2 days of its release, which is kind of crazy. There were 10 million downloads in the first week. And by December of 2024, 60 million downloads occurred. Now, that game came out almost exactly a year ago, the mobile game, almost exactly a year ago. So late October of 2024, we had 10 million downloads of that, And 2 months later, by the end of 2 months, 60 million people. Now, I am included in that 60 million. I didn't download in the first week. I got into it whenever I saw a lot of people talking about it. I was like, oh, this is really cool. I really liked it. Again, I'm a product of that. I started collecting Surging Sparks. Absolutely loved it. It was fantastic. I think the same thing is going to happen here. I think hype for ZA is just out of control. I don't think people realize how many units Nintendo sells. It is by far, believe it or not, the Switch was the most popular console worldwide by like a significant margin over the PS5 or the Xbox, whatever they're at now. Sorry, I'm a PlayStation guy. But the Switch just does numbers, and the Switch 2 numbers probably going to lap what the Switch 1 does, because everyone loves it. And Nintendo is a very beloved company. So I think, the first couple days a week, when we get the data and we can see how many people are excited for this, I think it's really going to tell how many people are actually going to jump into this hobby and start collecting Pokemon cards again, because it could be a brand new generation of people coming in here. I mean, maybe you didn't want to play TCG Pocket. Maybe you weren't like, I don't want to play on my phone. That's kind of stupid. Maybe it's been 3 years since you've played Scarlet Violet, or 2.5, or whatever it's been. And now you're like, oh, Pokemon's really hot right now. This is like that revolving door where stuff, people always constantly come in and out. It might be an excellent way to kind of bring people in here and just keep the market hot. And as long as, the main stock market here does not falter at all, I just don't see a world where this is going to really, really go down, unless the numbers from ZA don't live up to his expectations. But overall, I think that's kind of, it's not going to happen. Like, I'm super excited to play the game for sure. So be on the lookout for that. We're going to touch on this as soon as the data is available, because I really want to revisit this one. But number 3, we're working up to the spice. You guys are going to love 4 and 5, I promise. So number 4, I think there is going to be a new type of Galarian Gallery or Trainer Gallery sets that we got from Sword and Shield. Now, here's a little insider information that I was able to pick up from some connections that I have in Japan. The next main set that's coming out in Japan is the high class set for the year, or for the holiday season, whatever. They're dubbing it as Mega Dream EX, or the Mega Dream EX high class set. This is going to have like your standard, as of right now, like this, I guess like the information could change, but this is what I know. It is going to be the 10-pack boxes, little slim boxes like Terrestrial Festival, 10 packs per pack, or 10 cards per pack, excuse me. And apparently they have every mega in them. Now, that, what they told me made it sound like these are all the new megas. Like we're talking Mega Greninja, Mega Delphox, Mega Chestnut, all of them. Dragonite, everything is going to be in this set. Now, it's really interesting because I don't know how many they can pack in there. It could be a really, really banger set. So I think something like that is entirely possible on its own, and that's coming sooner than you think. It's being released. That the high class set is coming out on November 28th, the same day as Phantasmal Flames, like the English version of Inferno X. But we really might see later on in 2026, separate from the 30th anniversary special, of there being like, like these cards that go together, like the Galarian Galleries, like the Trainer Galleries that we saw in Sword and Shield. I think that, doesn't have as high of a possibility of happening, but good Lord, if that happens, it's going to, I love all the Trainer Gallery and Galarian Gallery stuff. I think they're fantastic. It was a great idea. It definitely propelled all the artwork renaissance that we saw in Scarlet and Violet. So if they do something like this, I think it's just going to make the market explode even more, because you're going to have people like me that appreciate stuff like that go out of my way to go and collect stuff like that. So let me know down below what you guys think, and what would it look like if we got a specialty type of like set, or specialty type of like additional set inside of like a main set. Last and certainly not the least, number 5, the spiciest, hottest take I can give you guys for Legends ZA coming out revolves around everyone's favorite top 5 Pokemon, Rayquaza. Yes, Rayquaza, not Rayquaza, not Rayquaza, as my Poke player people would say. But it is going to revolve around Rayquaza, excuse me. And I'm going to tell you why. Number 1, there has been too much chatter from the Pokemon Company about Rayquaza. They even made it so far at Worlds to put out a special statement saying it is called Rayquaza, not Rayquaza. And this is because, in my opinion, this is going to have a massive, massive part to play in 2026. We've already seen the Black Rayquaza in the Horizons anime. It is one of the 6 hero Pokemon that Roy is desperately trying to catch and make his own. And I'm curious to see if it's going to be a Mega Rayquaza or not. Probably is going to be. But that's not it. That's not just the only thing. It's not just those two. We saw Hoopa in one of the Legends ZA videos. Hoopa had its own movie with Ash and the rest of, the people. And what happened in that movie? There was a Black Rayquaza that came out of one of Hoopa's portals. I personally think there is going to be some direct correlation with the DLC, and I'm going to be very specific here, in the DLC that we don't know about yet, where Quasar Inc. or Quasartico or whatever the people are called in this Legends ZA game. Again, spoiler free. I want to go into this completely raw, so if I get names wrong, I'm so sorry. I think that team or that group, they're going to do something with the Black Rayquaza, and it makes too much sense. Roy, in the current arc of Horizons at this time in Japan, is in Lumio City, which is where Legend ZA is going to be stationed. They are talking Mega Evolution. This is where he meets the shiny Lucario, and they partner up and all this stuff. And there's just too many dots. There's too many things that are correlating together in my mind. And I'm just like, I think it's probably going to be a little bit involved in, a lot involved in 2026. Now, why is this important? This is important because, as I mentioned, Rayquaza is one of everybody's top 5 favorites. It feels like. I mean, you have the Gold Star Rayquaza, you have the Dynamax one from Evolving Skies. You even have the other alternative art that's still like over $100 with Zinnia. I think there's plenty of cards that go absolutely crazy with Rayquaza. We had a set rumored to be like a future TCG set to be surrounding Rayquaza. I think it was called Dragon Esmeralda. I believe that's Zygarde, though, from what PokeBeach was reporting. Shout out PokeBeach. But I don't think that's going to be Rayquaza. There's probably going to be something else involving them. I heard there's like a Primal Groudon and Kyogre set similar to Black Bolt and White Flare that's rumored to come out in 2026. But I think now would be a good time to go and get your Rayquaza cards, especially if you can find the Black Rayquaza cards. Personally speaking, they're awesome cards. I would love to have them in my collection for sure. But if you're, kind of like sipping the same tea as I am, you might be inclined to go and get some of them right now while you still can, because there's probably a good shot it's going to be involved in at least some capacity. I mean, they have to wrap up the Horizons anime anyway, because Gen 10 is coming next year, rumored to be coming next year. So we'll see what happens there. I think that one, again, that's a little bit out there. Who knows if this has like any groundwork? This might be completely correct. I literally have no idea, because I'm telling you guys, like, I did not look up literally anything about ZA other than like the videos and stuff that they gave us. But yeah, those are the top 5 things that I think are going to happen here because of Legend ZA, and I think it's really going to turn the market on top of its head. I think that we're going to see a lot of people get like re-involved in the hobby. I mean, we're really hitting the perfect time here, guys. I mean, it's the middle of October. Retail season's coming right around the corner. We're going to have that TCG player sale around Black Friday. Black Friday in itself is a big time for people to spend money. We're heading into the 30th year anniversary. Phantasmal Flames is coming out at the end of November, which is like literally right around thanks. I think it's actually Black Friday this year. Is it not? I think it might be. I think I just put that together. It's like, holy crap. And then we have the whole 30th year anniversary. And if Rayquaza is that involved in this, it might just be the year of Rayquaza and Charizard and Pikachu and the rest of them. And this isn't even counting all the Japanese specialty product that's coming next year. I mean, if this game does numbers, guys, we're just going to see more people involved in here. And I don't think it's going to slow down anytime soon. I keep looking at the price of Japanese booster boxes overseas, to fill up my store and to sell for you guys, which shout out to you guys. You bought literally all the Inferno X boxes I had in like 24 hours. It was insane. Double digit boxes I had all gone, but, the price of those boxes overseas just keep going up and up and up. And it doesn't seem like there's anything that we can do about it, because it's just too hot and they know it. Like it's hard to get, and the market's just so hot right now. Just be mindful of what's happening. Also shout out Rudy from Alpha Investments. I forgot to mention this. He said something I put in one of his comments of this video. So, whether that was intentional or not, I know he definitely saw the comment. So shout out Rudy. Big fan of his for sure. So pretty cool moment that at least he said the same thing that I've been saying on this channel for the last like 2 weeks now. So anyway, that's all I have for you guys today. Those were your top 5 spicy takes column that Legends EA is going to do in the market in 2026. Let me know what you guys think down below. Am I absolutely off my rocker? Is there something that really makes sense that you guys really resonate with? Be sure to let me know down in the comments below. And until then, I'll catch you guys next time. And if you happen to be anticipating or being you're waiting for Legend ZA, let me know down below as well in the comments what your starter is. I'm personally picking Totodile. Don't know what I'm going to call it, but definitely going Totodile. Let me know down below what you guys are excited about, and I'll see you guys soon.